Greetings, everyone. Hang on just a second. Let me just clean that. Sorry about that. Welcome. It's Friday's Inspiration. I'm coming to you live from Costa Rica. And today we're going to do something really special we've never done before. I always love trying new things. And so today we are talking about the secret way that pets heal us. I'd love to hear about your pets. Maybe you have some issues with your pets that you'd like to be resolved or at least worked on. And so there's a few things about pets that some of this you already know because you have a pet. I don't have pets. I like to come and go as Curtis Blow, and I don't like the responsibility that pets kind of put on you, where they can kind of limit you. And so that's not to say that there's a lot of benefits that I'm missing out on. I totally get that. However, when it comes to pets, it's pretty universal to know that how pets are unconditionally loving, right? That loyalty of the dog, no matter what you do, they're always wagging their tails, and they're so happy to see you when you come home. And pets are just so present and unconditionally loving that this is the way that most people know how pets heal us, because they're always there with love. And so that is, of course, very healing to the bodies. There is something else, though, and curious where you guys are calling in from today. I'm not seeing any comments showing up, so I'm wondering if you can all hear me, and if I could get a thumbs up or like, yeah, I hear you. And while you're doing that, I'll just give you a quick view of the infinity pool back there, and just do a quick little tour while everybody's getting on of the beautiful view that I have while I'm chatting with you guys. So this is up in the hills in Costa Rica, up above the hills in Punta Arenas, I think it's called. Anyway, there we are. Now we have people. Great. London in the house, of course. And Jennifer, she has two dogs. One is super sweet. The other is a rescue and also super sweet to me, but is afraid of other people and other dogs. So she's either hiding from them or aggressively barking at them. Okay, great. Thanks, Jennifer. I'm glad you can hear me. And Palo Alto, of course. And Joellen, good to have you here from Utah. So, yeah, I don't remember if you have a pet, Joellen. I didn't think you did. But anyway, so this is also what I'm going to be doing is a couple of things. One, I'm going to be giving you some, maybe you would consider it bad news. And the other is I'm going to show you how you can energetically heal your pets and work on your pets. So the way that, and of course, yes, please like, subscribe, share this, and click on those bell notifications so that you know when we're coming on live. And if you know of someone who has pets that are sick or they have emotional issues, let them know we're on so that they could get a healing for their pet. So the one thing that about pets, this is the secret way that they heal us that people don't know about, is, and this can be upsetting to some people, but it's kind of just the way it is that pets will often absorb our emotional stuff. And then it settles into their energy field and can create diseases, can create tumors, can create cancers, can create all kinds of things. And so for some people that can be really upsetting because then they blame themselves for making their pets sick. Or and so that's not the point of this broadcast today. The point is to be able to use your pet in a way that they become like a mirror for you. Just it's just like when we're in relationship with other people and we're seeing how we are reflected in them. The same thing can happen with our pets. Now, this is, not across the board. Like we have an example here of someone who's gotten a rescue dog, and so this dog came that way. So that's different than, like, say, getting a puppy and then it grows into these different diseases. And I recall having this one client who was very, very unconscious. This was back when I was doing body work. And she went through at least 3 dogs in maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 years. and she was always pushing pills down their throat. And she would just scream at them and say, "Shut the fuck up." It's like, because they were barking. It's like, poor dogs. It just felt so bad for them. At any rate, she goes through dogs a lot, and so what happens is these dogs absorb all of her angry energy, and then it gets settled into their physiology and turns into physical problems. So the way that we can find out what's going on with our dog is to notice how our stuff is showing up in them. Like maybe they're very high strung or very nervous. So that's a good indication that you have a lot of fear that you're not dealing with. Or maybe you have a lot of anger and then your dogs are, always barking and maybe aggressive. And that's because they're channeling your angry energy. Um, Yeah, I was just thinking of another example of a woman that had a very aggressive dog, and it would bite her boyfriend. But what she didn't get was that the dog was trying to tell her this is not a good partner for you. And but I don't know if she ever got the message. But anyway, so our dogs can be in communication with us if we can learn how to listen. So let's see. Yes, they are unconditionally loving. That's the thing with pets. They just will love us, and they're not thinking. It's almost like that's their job is to heal us in that way, is to absorb our stuff, and then they go on their way with their lifetime. And however, if you would like to be able to use your pets as a way to not only heal them but to heal yourself, is to so we're going to look at pets. Hopefully you all have brought your pets here, for those of you who have pets. And we're going to go through first we're going to go through you. We're going to go through you first, or run your energy, and then we're going to do your pet. And so we're going to see how these are similar, the energies are similar, and maybe how they're different. So that won't make sense to you, but it will make sense to me. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's run your energy so we know that your energy field is clear. And so there's a process. It's a 20-minute process that you can listen to on a recording. And half of that is running your energy, and then the other half is devoted to raising your money vibration. So that's a pre-recorded meditation that you can listen to help maintain the high vibrations that we get to here. that's the process we're going to run through real quickly. It doesn't have to take as long as it used to anymore. And plus, those of you who come here regularly are generally in a very high vibration. So let's go ahead and make sure that you have a good grounding cord from the base of your spine to the center of the planet, and that you've got good earth energy coming up through your legs and down the grounding. And then let's see if you have a worry circle. Yes, out to that third layer. So we're going to pull that in where you might feel like not quite stepping in fully into your power. Okay. And then let's ground your heart. I'm going to take the heart energy. It's 100% open. So we want to ground this energy all the way down through the solar plexus, second chakra, spilling down the root. Excellent. And then we're going to mix these two energies, the earth energy, pure source coming down the backside. We're going to mix it, bring it up the front, real close to the spine. And it's stopping right at that second chakra. So out to the 25th layer. So if you have a lot of fear in your space, notice how this shows up in your pet. Are they very nervous? Are they shy? Are they like not very friendly with other people or dogs? So let's clear this fear out of your energy field first. Okay, good. Okay, let's see if we can, so we grounded the heart. Okay, good. Now we're going to bring pure source down through the creative rings that are stacked above your head. We're going to start bringing that pure source energy down through the creative rings that hold all your dreams and desires to the crown, 6, 5, 4. So right at the heart, out to that third layer. More anger. So maybe you're mad at yourself for maybe not being so nice to your pet at times. So we can just pull that in and just drop all that down the grounding cord. Yeah. Yeah, releasing a lot of guilt. That's good. So that you have more compassion for your pet. Like they're just always there for you, right? Okay, there we go. So now we're bringing pure source down through the heart. There it goes, solar plexus, second chakra, spilling down the root. All right, great. Let's bring that 50-50 mixture up the front, real close to the spine, through the second, third, fourth. So right at the heart, all the way out to the 25th layer. So if this is showing up in you, where there's a lot of fear of opening your heart, and we have the theme here around pets, that you can be sure that this energy is also going to be reflected in your pet. So, which would seem kind of weird because pets are so unconditionally loving, right? But if they've been neglected or abused in any way, then they are going to be holding these scars that can make them less open, less loving, less there for us. All right, so let's see. So bringing this up through the heart. Okay, there it goes. Up through the heart and the throat. Yeah, so let's clear this throat area so that you can have better communication with your pets. So the throat, this energy center here, deals with far more than just our ability to speak up, speak our truth, have, good volume, that it lands at its target. But the throat also deals with silent communication, like being able to hear the angelic realm or our pets or people, all those silent messages, So that's another part of this communication. So let's clear this so that you can have better communication with your pets. Okay, there we go. So as we're bringing this energy up through the throat and the sixth chakra and the crown and the rings, and then let that cascade down through all the layers of your aura. And we're going to start at the 15th layer. We're going to start at the bottom as we lift this energy. So a lot around the solar plexus, where this 1% is keeping us powerless or trying to. 15. Okay, good. The rest of the aura is clear. So let's bring this energy from the heart now out this right arm, this right implementing masculine arm. And then we're going to bring the energy in the left receiving side. So it stops just past the wrist. So it might be kind of hard to receive. Maybe you're having a hard time receiving your pet's love. That might be kind of interesting. Yes. Yeah, so that might be a new revelation for some of you, that it's not that the pets are not so loving to you, but whether or not you can be open to receiving it. Okay, good. So let's bring this down through the front and back of the heart, throat, six, crown, and rings. Okay, great. Let's check a few levels of some things that would definitely affect your pet. So one is if you're in a lot of fear, your pet will also be afraid. Yeah, so that's pretty high, 95%. So let's, we're going to go to the sixth chakra, your sixth chakra, out to that third layer. And we're going to pull in these fears. So there's a fear of the unknown and fear of the future, fear of dying. And also a fear of being heard. So we're just pulling all these fears in right at the sixth chakra. We're just going to dump it down the grounding. Excellent. Yeah. And then we're going to go down to your root chakra, and we're going to go out to the third layer. I'm going to pull in this energy right at the root and dump the rest of this fear down your grounding. Okay, great. Okay, so let's remeasure fear. 15%, but we want it all the way to 0. 7, 6. Going to go to the root, out to the second layer. There's a fear entity there. So let's use a black flame right at the root, and we're going to transmute this attachment so that you're less afraid, and then your pet can start being less afraid as well. There we go. Okay, so now fear's at 0. So notice if you feel any calmer. Notice how that feels in your body. And I'm also curious, for those of you who have your pets around, if you're noticing any shifts and changes in them. So that would be kind of interesting to also note. Let's also check anger levels, 50%. So you wouldn't be angry at 50%, but you'd be kind of like, it's this constant annoyance, feeling really frustrated, irritated, where you could get angry pretty easily. So we don't want that kind of anger just brewing in the background. It's really hard on our nervous system. Just doesn't feel fun. And let's see. If we go to the root, out to that third layer. This is where you're using anger to feel safe. Okay, good. Let's just pull all that in. Ooh. Okay, let's remeasure anger. 0. Great. So you should be feeling a lot calmer now. Okay, great. And so here's one of the things that we're going to start working on your pet now. So one of the things that I notice happens with a lot of people and their pets is that when they're petting them, like they start at the head and they come down and they stop right before the tail. And so they're bringing all of the energy down to the tail, and then they're not bringing it all the way out the tail. And so a lot of energy collects right there at the rump, right there at the beginning of the tail. And so a really simple and easy way to help clear your pet's energy is that when you're petting them, bring it all the way out the tail. And if you notice there's any collection of energy, like maybe they like to scratch right there at their rump because the energy gets collected there. And so that's going to affect their root chakra, their ability to feel safe and stable and grounded. And so if you have a pet that has a lot of anxiety, you can bet there's a lot of energy there. So it might take time depending on how much is collected there, but just allowing, if your pet allows you to kind of, massage that energy, and then as you pull it out the tail, just keep doing that, and it will eventually clear the energy so that you'll have a clear channel all the way down. So let's see with your pets today. What's going on. 7, 6. So there is some energy. We're going to work at the 6th chakra of your pet. Second layer, fear. So there's a lot of fear. So we're going to pull in this energy right at the 6th chakra. There we go. And we're just going to send that energy out the tail. Okay, good. So let's see, 7, 6, 5. So right at the throat, there's some more energy. This is fascinating. So maybe your pets don't feel heard or understood by you. Maybe you don't, you ignore them a lot. All the way up to the 25th layer. So that's more fear. So maybe they've been trying to communicate to you how afraid they are, but you're either not listening, or or maybe you even know it, but they don't feel like you're really getting it. So let's clear this energy at the throat. There's actually a control being. So I want you to imagine a black flame right inside the throat of your pet. And we can transmute this control being that's been controlling your pet. Okay, great. Okay, let's see if, okay, so now the throat looks good. So now as we're bringing the energy down through their heart chakra, so that would be kind of like between their shoulder blades in the back. And then the solar plexus is right about mid-back is their solar plexus. So there's some stuck energy there as well. And out to that third layer. So this would be a pet. If it's a cat, then this wouldn't apply. But for a dog, that probably needs to go on more walks, and because the energy is just stuck right at that solar plexus, which is their doing chakra. And if they go on more walks, then the energy is going to be moving more. Okay, great. Okay, good. Let's see if we can bring the energy down now through the solar plexus, second chakra, root, and then out the tail. Great. And then we have 4 legs to bring the earth energy up. So let's bring earth energy up through the front and down not sure where go down the grounding cord. Okay, yes. So I kind of imagine that the tail is like their grounding cord, but you're going to have to imagine a grounding cord that the tail goes down into the earth. So bringing the earth energy up and then down the tail and down into the ground. Okay, back legs. That's a little easier because it's right there. Okay, good. All right, so your pet is grounded. And so I'm curious if any of you notice a difference in your pet's behavior. Did it do things? Does it seem calmer? I'd be curious to know. And so that's how you can heal your pets, and especially to be able to use it. So if they have something, like, is there anyone here that has a specific issue with their pet that you'd like me to look at? We haven't been doing any personal clearings, but we're making an exception for pets today if you have something you want me to look at. So Jennifer, let's see. I think a lot of what we just cleared related to your dog. So that's good to know. Anyone else? No? All right. Well, I hope that was helpful. And we will be back next Friday for Friday's Inspiration. I will be back in Southern California by then. But I'll be enjoying my time here. I had forgotten how much I love it here. It is so like that. And so lush and so moist and just so abundant. It's so beautiful and so peaceful. Anyway, Joellen, yes, let's see. He was next to me then right before you came on. He left the room. Okay, he said, oh no, something's going down here. Okay, that's funny. All right, well, thank you. You're also very welcome, Jennifer. Yeah, so share this with your friends, and you can certainly watch it again and get a healing from your pets just by participating. All right, we will see you next Friday. And until then, keep asking my favorite question: how? How does it get any better than this? For those of you who showed up late, there's the beautiful little pool. And then here's all the lush, lush, lush green. And that's the energy I'm bringing to you today. So, all right, sending much love. We'll see you next week. Namaste.